You're about to see a filmograph that goes a little hard on employers. And these are some of the cartoons you'll see. Actually, they exaggerate some because most employers don't really look like this, although some of them act like they look like this. Maybe your union's relations with employers are pretty good, but that's not the way it is everywhere. As a matter of fact, even a lot of friendly employers support trade associations that make union busting a way of life, like the National Association of Manufacturers, the Chamber of Commerce, the Contractors Associations. They know how to pressure employers. That's why there wasn't one employer in the whole country who went on record for labor law reform, a proposal to really protect the rights of workers to have a union. And that's why not one single employer has spoken out against the law-breaking J.P. Stevens Company. That's why so few construction employers speak up to help building trades workers keep the wage protections they have under the Davis-Bacon Act. And why so many employers help finance the union-busting right to work for less movement. Sure, some employers have good relations with unions, but for an awful lot of them, and for their trade associations, the word is, get the unions. Right now, that's what a lot of them have set out to do politically, get the unions. So if this filmograph goes a little hard on employers, it's only because a lot of them have given us plenty of reason.
What if your boss had more than $100 million to dish out to political candidates? You know what he'd do. Hand it out to politicians who'd lower the boom on you and your union. Candidates committed to government of the bosses, by the bosses, and for the bosses. But of course, your boss won't have more than $100 million to give to candidates. No way at all, right? Wrong. Your boss will have more than $100 million in political money. Let's be more precise. Not all that 100 million plus is your boss's alone, but it might as well be. It'll be the campaign war chest of all the corporate, trade association, and union-hating right-wing political action committees. They all speak with one voice, your boss's voice, the oil company's voice, the National Association of Manufacturers' voice, the Chamber of Commerce voice, the National Right to Work for Less Committee's voice, the Associated General Contractors' voice, the voices of all the groups and individuals that want to punch out your union and leave you to the tender mercies of your employer. Workers have had it too good, these voices say. It's time to put them in their place. Let's stick it to them. Let's give them a dose of the good old days, when we decided alone what wages would be, what working conditions would be, when we decided alone what everything would be. When we called all the shots, when we were absolute king of the hill. That's what your boss and the other bosses and their corporate and trade associations and their right-wing buddies have in mind for you. That's what they're figuring $100 million plus will buy politically. After all, as we all know, bosses believe in the golden rule. The golden rule of politics, that is. He who has the gold rules. But what about that figure, 100 million plus? A lot of money, isn't it? Maybe you're thinking, they're putting me on. They're just trying to scare me into something, like giving money. No, we're not putting you on. But yes, we are trying to scare you into something, like giving money. Only with facts, not fables. With realistic figures, not ridiculous fantasies. What are the facts? In 1978, 1,300 corporate, trade association, and right-wing political action committees, PACs, collected nearly $55 million for political purposes. Corporate PACs, more than 15.1 million political dollars. Right-wing PACs, more than 15.3 million political dollars. Trade association PACs, more than 24 million political dollars. Add it up. Nearly $55 million. And 1978 was the first time out of the gate for most of these PACs. They have experience now. They've learned how to get money, lots of it. They've learned how to use it, how to dangle it in front of candidates in exchange for certain promises. They'll get more, much more from now on. Remember that figure, 1,300 corporate, trade association, and right-wing PACs? That was 1978. They're multiplying like rabbits. They'll easily double to more than 2,600. And their funding will double, at least, in 1980. Okay, $100 million plus, financing candidates who want to bury your union and put the boss back where he can lean on you. Real heavy-like. It'll be like climbing into the ring with your hands tied behind your back while the other guy is armed with a club. Unless you do something about it. You can, you know. You can do a lot about it. You've got a political committee, too. Your union PAC. It does important work. It helps register our members so they can vote. It provides educational materials on issues and the records of candidates. It helps turn out the vote on election day for our candidates. It contributes money to friendly candidates, too. But there's the rub. Unless you support your PAC with your funds, there's no way we can help our candidates enough to keep them competitive with the boss's candidates. Let's face it, the employers are smart. They're using the right the election law gives them to set up their PACs and funnel millions of dollars to their candidates. But we can be as smart as they are. We have the same right they have. It's up to us to use it and to support our PACs. We don't ask you for a lot of money. The important thing is the reliability of your support, this year and every year. We've learned it isn't enough to go to you and other members year after year asking for help. It's time-consuming, and it's tough. There's a better way. It's the checkoff of voluntary political contributions to your union PAC, handled the same way your dues are checked off for your union, on a regular, reliable basis. Checkoff provides a constant, dependable source of funding for our PAC. It helps us plan. It helps our candidates plan. It gives us leeway. It helps us keep up with the bosses. Not dollar for dollar, we'll never match their millions. But the checkoff will keep us from getting blown out of the ring. It'll take the club out of their hands and the shackles off of ours. You can be sure of one thing. The bosses have their management people checking off for their PACs. One day soon, if it hasn't already happened, you'll be approached by your union PAC. You'll be asked to sign a card like this. It's an authorization card for voluntary political checkoff. You don't have to sign it, but we hope you will sign it. We're in a high-stakes struggle. What if our opponents succeed in their plan to buy the White House and the Congress, to hand them over all gift-wrapped to the union haters and union busters? They spell out what they do clearly enough, often enough, in their own statements, press releases, letters to supporters, political advertisements. A national right to work for less law, destroying union security. A prohibition on public employee unionism. Repeal of the Davis-Bacon Act that protects wages and standards of building trades workers. But that's just for openers. Down the road, a short way down the road, fundamental changes in the nation's labor law, making union organizing much, much harder and union busting much, much easier. In short, a return to the dark ages of industrial relations. The boss, not just as employer, but emperor. And that's not all. OSHA will go. There'll be no agency to enforce safety on the job. Unemployment and workman's comp will be cut to the bone. Jobs programs, health, housing, and education programs all shafted. Unemployment will become national policy. You can't beat a good dose of it to keep workers in their place. This is their goal. They're hell-bent to achieve it. They choose to go the political route to reach it. literally, to buy it. They're determined to top their successes of 1978 when their money overwhelmed lots of good friends of workers in the U.S. Senate and House and helped elect people who even now are voting against you on every key issue. Think about it. Good friends defeated by money, not issues, not on the record, not organizational effort, but money. It's a hell of a way to lose valuable allies. We just didn't have enough to help enough. We can't let that happen again. The price is too high. The U.S. Congress under the thumb of the union haters. We have no choice but to fight back. No choice but to check off. A lot of your union brothers and sisters already have signed voluntary political check-off authorization cards. We need you, too. You and millions of union members contributing small sums on a regular basis. Your small contributions can keep us and our candidates in the same ballpark with the bosses, despite their huge contributions. Through checkoff, we can prevent this nation of ours from becoming government of the bosses, by the bosses, and for the bosses, and make it truly government of the people, by the people, and for the people, just like it's supposed to be. Checkoff. It's the only way to go.